In this video, we're going to be looking at types of triangle and their properties. So our first sort of triangle is what we call scalene. And what this means is that all three of the lengths of this triangle are different. So all the sides, and if all the sides are different, all the angles will be different. So all the sides and all the angles are different. Now for scaling triangles, this is kind of their one key property, and there's not much else really to say about them. Our second sort of triangle is what we call isosceles. Now, these little symbols here say that the two sides in which they are on, this one and this one, are equal. So the first property of isosceles triangles is that two sides are equal in length. Now, what this also means is that the angles opposite these sides are also equal. So two angles, the ones opposite the equal length sides, are equal. So that's our key points for an isosceles triangle. Two sides are the same and two angles are the same. Our third sort is what we call an equilateral triangle. And an equilateral triangle says that all the sides and all the angles are the same. And you can see that all the sides are the same by these dashes are saying all the sides with this dash on are the same. And so the angles opposite will also be the same. Now, this does mean that all the angles are the same. We know that a triangle has 180 degrees for all its angles. We're dividing by 3 because there's 3 angles. So all the angles in an equilateral triangle are going to be 60. All angles are 60 degrees. Now, one more fact is that all equilateral triangles are what we call similar. In other words, they have the same angles, they can be different sizes. Now, our last sort of triangle we're going to talk about is what we call a right angle triangle. Now, this is a triangle that has a right angle in it. It has one angle of 90 degrees. So that's our first property. One one of the angles is 90 degrees. Now, a second property of this, because it's a right angle triangle, is that we can use Pythagoras' theorem applies. So Pythagoras' theorem applies. So if we've got two of the lengths, we can work out the third. Now, an interesting point about this is a right angle triangle can also be an isosceles triangle. So this right angle triangle can also be isosceles, or it can be a scalene as well. That means that we could have this triangle where these two lengths are the same.